Inasmuch as it hath pleased Almighty God of his great mercy to take unto himself the soul of our dear brother here departed, we therefore commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life, through our Lord Jesus Christ.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
You're upside down.
No, you're upside down. I'm normal.
You call this normal?
Yes. The other people are mad. And it's contagious.
You mean it could affect my bicycle?
No, I mean your bicycle could damage the precious fabric of this wreck of an aeroplane.
Sandy.
Yes. William set off about 2 hours ago, safe and sound. Borrowed my car, borrowed my suit, my shiny black shoes, and my black tie.
Was he very upset?
Yes, very.
Tell me what happened, Joe. Well, Mr. Dermot was determined to have a test flight. The day you couldn't come, he took Emma up himself. He'd made these modifications. Had you got it right? It sounds as if you got it all wrong. The flight was fine. It was the landing. How did you know? Flying's the safest thing I know. It's taking off and landing. That's the dangerous bit if you don't know what you're doing.
She always did bounce a bit when she was landing. Mr. Dermot can't have been strapped in properly. He was thrown out of the plane. It was instantaneous.
It usually is. Are you coming back to Mr. Dermot's? Yes, I'll be along. There's some papers and things for you to look through. In about an hour. There's something else I have to do first.
Oh, let's sit here.
Anything you say?
That's funny.
Seems fairly ordinary to me.
I said that to William. He'd spend the next half hour telling me how it's better to sit over there.
No, I don't know why you put up with him.
William?
On the other hand, I know exactly why you put up with him.
I'm sure you're right.
But as my mother would say, true love is no reason to be subservient.
Your mother? You've never mentioned her before.
I don't. She's away from home a lot of the time.
Oh. Anywhere interesting?
Prison, mostly.
Prison?
She's doing 6 months this time. She's not a criminal. She's a suffragette.
Six months seems an awfully long time. What did she do?
Trying to set fire to the Houses of Parliament. She didn't do it very well, but they resented it.
That's awful.
She was quite pleased. Says she got off very lightly compared with Guy Fawkes.
I'm not sure it's worth all that trouble. Even if I had a vote, I wouldn't know who to vote for.
It's not about voting. That's just part of it. She says it's about not being subservient to men. Women shouldn't be there just to cook meals and clean the house and run after their husbands and children.
Oh. Oh, that sounds better.
She hasn't cooked me a meal for months. And just a little note saying she's gone off to get arrested. Will you fetch me another cup of tea?
Yes. Now, wouldn't that be subservient?
I'll give you the money. And I'll say please.
I'm not sure whether that's subservient or not.
We'll both go.
What would your mother do about William?
Easy. If she wanted him, she'd tell him so. And then she'd get him.
That sounds very easy when you say it.
Well, just get on and do it. You sit down. I'll fetch the tea.
No, I'll get the tea.
Sit down.
I'm still subservient.
Good God. What are you doing here?
Visiting my family.
You need a better excuse than that.
Can I come in?
I shouldn't think so.
Well, perhaps as far as the hall while you ask Father whether I can see him.
You want to see Father?
I don't want to. I have to. There's something I want to ask him.
I'll go and ask him. And I'll leave the door open and you can sneak in while my back's turned. Father. Father. There's somebody to see you.
What?
Somebody to see you.
Who wants to see me?
William.
William? I don't know anybody called William.
My brother, William. Your son.
I don't have a son called William.
Father?
I don't have a son called William. Who's that, Mark? Get him out of the house. I don't want the place littered up with strangers.
I want to ask...
Just get him out! Don't follow him, Mark.
I'm just going to make sure he goes. Don't rush off, William.
I'm not rushing off. It's just that since I left here, I've got used to fresh air. Look, when he calms down, give him this. I'd rather have asked him to his face, but I didn't really expect him to see me.
I'll pick a good moment.
How are things here?
Just the same. And with you?
Very different. A big improvement.
I see your friend Mr. Dermot killed himself. Oh, I see. You've been to the funeral?
Yes. Well, if we've run out of things to say, I might as well go.
How's Christina?
She's fine.
Good. Is there an address for either of you?
Are you going to send me a birthday card?
I shouldn't think so. Can't even remember the date. But I do have a brother called William and a cousin called Christina. And I would like to know where they are.
So you shall.
What the devil are you two doing out there?
Can't you see? I'm being thrown out.
Get out, you swine.
Up! Down! Again! That's perfect, Christina.
Have you finished?
The end of a good day's work.
And do I get paid?
I thought it was friendship.
Oh. Just this once.
When your William brings my car back, I'll be able to go home.
What time did he say he'd be back?
An hour ago. 2.5 hours ago.
Do you think something's happened to him?
Yes. I think he's probably been delayed.
If that young engineering genius ever turns up again, tell him the warp wires on the Blériot have to be fixed for tomorrow morning.
We'll tell him, Mr. Adams.
And when he's done the warp wires, the skid needs looking at.
We'll tell him that as well, Mr. Adams.
And after he's done that, the rest of the night's his own.
Thanks very much, Mr. Adams. I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
Well, it's his own fault if he will go off enjoying himself.
Sounds like a plane.
It can't be. They've all finished for the day, haven't they?
Yeah. It's a funny sound. Doesn't sound like one of ours.
Look there.
It's a weird-looking contraption. What is it?
It's Emma.
Am I supposed to know what you're talking about?
It's Emma. Mr. Dermot's plane.
It's like a sewing machine. William, you all right?
Welcome home.
What precisely is it?
I told you. It's Emma.
It's my inheritance.
This is what killed the old man, is it?
He was thrown out while landing. It's a bit like landing a tennis ball. If you go too slowly, it tends to nosedive to the ground. So you go fast, and it bounces along.
We were watching.
Any more questions?
Yes. How am I supposed to get home? I'm not flying back in that.
Joe's bringing your car over. That's Mr. Dermot's mechanic. I'd like to fix him a job on the airfield. He's brilliant.
Yes, well, when is he bringing my car back?
Well, I think he said tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I thought one of the chaps on the airfield would give you a lift home. Besides, I wanted to show you Emma.
All right.
You haven't told William about the Blériot.
What about the Blériot? As my big brother would say, good God. Some people aren't fit to fly aeroplanes. I'll be up all night.
Ah.
Don't be silly.
I don't have to be at work at the hotel until 7 o'clock. I'm a good mechanic. Ask Sandy.
She's a good mechanic.
If you're going to insist.
I'm going to insist.
Young Potter's giving me a lift into Kingston. I'll leave a message at the hotel. Good night.
Good night. Won't they object if you're out all night?
I expect so. There. That's better. Now, where do we start? You're upside down.
If you want to make a useful contribution, pass me the spanner from the bench.
You'll have to tell me which spanner.
The third from the left. When I say spanner, pass it to me.
Spanner.
Spanner. I thought I did that perfectly.
Quite good.
When I was helping Sandy this afternoon, he said I was very good.
All right. You're very good. Can you make tea?
Subservient.
Pardon?
Yes, I can make tea. Is there much more to do?
Quite a lot.
I see.
Well, if you'd like to go home.
Certainly not.
I called in at Flambards today. Mark sends his love.
Did you see your father?
In a manner of speaking.
What do you mean by that?
It means I saw him, but he didn't want to see me.
Oh, that's awful.
It was his last chance. I won't give him another. Thank you for the tea.
What's my next job?
I'd like you to keep talking for the next 2 or 3 hours.
You generally tell me to keep quiet.
You've got to keep me awake.
I see. Well, I shall try to think of something to say. I'm sorry I stopped talking. You were hammering at the time. There didn't seem much point.
It's all right. You can start again now if you like.
Thank you. Now, about your money situation. You need 300 guineas to pay for the operation, to have your leg straightened. But you don't have 300 guineas.
It's a brilliant diagnosis.
Thank you.
It doesn't help, but it's still brilliant.
But you do have Emma. Could sell her for a few £100.
500 or 600.
Well, that's more than enough to pay for the operation and start building a new aeroplane.
Try again.
Well, on the other hand, you could borrow the money from Sandy and Dorothy. They've offered to help. You could do some more work on Emma. Enter her for displays and competition flying and win thousands of pounds and pay your debts. And have the world at your feet.
Spanner.
Third on the left.
Second. I'm going to do.
Borrow the money and pay it back from your winnings.
Yes. Spanner?
Yes. Yes, I'm sure that's the best thing to do. Stand on your own 2 feet. Use your talent to solve your problems. It's better than being subservient.
You keep using that word.
Subservient? Sandy told me about it this afternoon. Yesterday afternoon. That's what women aren't supposed to be. That's why his mother's in prison. Well, not exactly. That was for setting fire to the Prime Minister and that sort of thing.
What are you talking about?
And I'm supposed to tell you.
Tell me what?
My intentions.
I finished.
Good.
Let's let some fresh air into the place. Christina? Look. Now, what was all that about your intentions?
Well, what it means is that if I love you, I should tell you so. And not wait for you to say so first.
I see. And do you?
Of course I do. There. I suppose that means I'm emancipated.
I love you, Christina.
See? We're both emancipated.
Good. What next?
I have to be at work in an hour. William,
Yes?
do you really love me?
Yes.
Are you any good at mending punctures? I think it's the 4th spanner from the left.
Yes, I got up early. I got up early because I was woken up by a policeman knocking at the door.
Policeman? Something awful happened.
You have been out all night.
Is that all?
So I came straight round here to find out just what was going on.
There. I told you she'd be all right. You are all right, aren't you?
Of course I'm all right. I spent the night with William helping him fix the Blériot.
Fix the what?
The Blériot. It's an aeroplane.
Mr. Saunders, when we agreed that Christina should work here at the hotel, it was clearly understood that she should behave in a responsible manner.
Well...
And that you would undertake to ensure that...
Aunt Grace. May I call you Aunt Grace?
At this hour of the morning, I can't be bothered to argue about niceties.
I'm quite happy to accept responsibility for Christina. I shall carry out a full investigation into the reasons for her being out all night, and I shall take whatever disciplinary action seems appropriate. Dorothy, telephone for a cab to take Aunt Grace home. Charge it to the hotel account. Now, into the office. And you'd better have a good story, young lady. Sit down. Put a piece of paper in the typewriter. Now, I want you to type what I say. It is thoughtless and irresponsible to stay out all night.
Irresponsible.
And I give a solemn undertaking not to do it again. Without due and adequate warning to people in authority.
Or something.
No. I just want to see how your typing's coming along. Very good. No spelling errors. Nicely spaced. Good. That settles it.
What?
Your promotion. Mrs. Carter leaves at the end of the month, thank heaven. It was her called in the police. So we shall need a new receptionist.
You mean I'm going to be the new receptionist?
Yes. That's your punishment.
It's not exactly a punishment, is it?
Well...
Thank you, Mr. Saunders.
Did you get the Blériot restored to its full glory?
We worked on it till 5:30 this morning.
And does William love you very much?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ferguson. I hope you have a pleasant trip back to Scotland. Excuse me. Hello, Chase Private Hotel? Ah, yes. One single room for 2 nights, arriving on Friday. If you can just confirm that in writing, Mr. Lewis. Bye.
Can you spare an hour to come shopping with me?
Not even 20 minutes.
Well, Christina, how about this afternoon?
This afternoon?
Well, just... You're always working these days.
It isn't work. It's emancipation.
But, Christina, you can't spend every...
Excuse me.
Christina, well, just...
Hello, Chase Private Hotel. William! Will! Does it hurt very much?
Yes. But not as much as it did. The first time we met, I was in bed with a fire guard over my leg. And you said at least it won't catch fire. Do you remember?
I don't remember saying that. That's awful. I always forget awful things. Why Why didn't you tell me you were having the operation?
Well, I was frightened I might change my mind at the last minute. The man told me it would be painful, and...
You must always tell me when you're frightened of anything.
as long as you do the same.
I'm not frightened of anything. Except your father.
I had a letter from him.
And whatever for? I'm not saying get well soon. He wouldn't know anything about it.
Correct. He wasn't saying get well soon. I think never darken my doorstep again was the gist of it.
Shall I have the flowers I brought you?
They're lovely.
They're from the hotel lounge. They've only been used once. Do you still love me?
Yes.
Why did your father write to you?
Oh, just a little business matter, nothing very important.
Will
I don't want to talk about it. It makes my leg hurt.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, and quickly. Service is shocking in this place.
I'm sorry, sir, but we've been rather busy lately.
Are you allowed to come round this side of the counter so that we can talk?
As head receptionist, I can give myself permission. Yes.
Good to see you again.
How's Flambards?
Still falling to bits?
And Uncle Russell?
The same. I'll ring for some tea.
Did you really come all this way just to see me?
No. I had to come up to town on business. Talk to a few bank managers. Father wants to take his overdraft elsewhere.
Is he really falling to bits?
Father? Suddenly he's become an old man. Even when he first had his accident and was in his wheelchair, he stayed young in a way, energetic, always shouting at us and bullying the servants, giving orders. And now, well, he still tries to bully us, but his heart's not in it. Just eats and drinks and stares at the fire. Big roaring fire, even in the middle of summer. Started when you and William left home.
It was his fault.
I know. William wrote to Father.
Did he? I see. That explains it.
Explains what?
He said he'd received a letter from his father and wouldn't say what was in it.
It was a reply. William wrote to Father saying he wanted to get married and would he give his consent.
Married? Oh. Consent.
Didn't he tell you?
Not exactly.
No, he wouldn't. Always keeps the interesting things to himself. Service really is shocking around here. What do you have to do to get a cup of tea?
After 6 o'clock in the evening, that's my job. It's a waste of time ringing the bell. Just tell me. I have my own personal kettle in my office.
How has gone to your head, Christina?
Yes. It's nice, isn't it?
I always enjoy it.
Come and get your tea.
Not yet. I want to watch this again. Come on, William. Do it some more.
There. Not a trace of a limp.
Oh, it's marvellous. Amazing. Now come and get your tea.
Can you run on it? No. If I'm in a hurry, I borrow Sandy's car.
Oh, thank you.
It ought to be a good leg, the amount it cost.
Oh, will you come and get your tea?
Let's walk briskly towards the table.
Good idea.
Oh, yes, Mom.
You know, I think that knee has gone to your head, William.
Let's hope not. That's a very serious operation.
Oh, sit down, the two of you.
Let's not talk about it anymore.
What? Oh, yes.
Oh, it makes a clicking sound. Did you know?
What? Shh. Sorry. A clicking sound?
Can we listen?
Yes.
Let's all listen. I can't hear anything.
Neither can I.
I can. It's very faint.
Do it again.
I can hear it.
I can't hear a thing.
I didn't say it was a loud noise. It's not like the Brigade of Guards on the march or anything like that.
You think for 300 guineas in Harley Street you'd get a noisier leg than that?
Mr. Adams!
See? You can run.
Idiot. You should have borrowed my car.
May I have a word with you?
I find it increasingly hard to stop you.
I just want you to know my leg's perfect.
Delighted to hear it.
I can fly the Blériot now.
Oh, how splendid. You can fly the Blériot now.
There's a rumour going around the airfield about a special job for anybody who can fly the Blériot.
You haven't proved you can fly the Blériot.
All right, Mr. Adams?
All right, Mr. Russell. That was really marvellous. Well done, really. Come on, Dorothy.
Isn't it marvellous?
Just looks like a contraption to me.
I don't mean that. I mean I can fly it now. It isn't really a contraption.
Isn't it?
Christina, my love, how would you like to go to France?
I'd love to. I've never been anywhere like that before.
Good.
When do we go?
The first fine day that comes along. Clear sky, not too much wind.
In an aeroplane.
How else?
Which one?
The contraption. We have to take it to the Blériot factory and pick up a new one. Bring the new one back here.
Fly across the channel. In that.
They're paying me £50. I still have to pay for the operation.
Whither thou goest.
I will sing you a song of Christina, Christina, oh Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina at Flambards. I'll sing you no ballads of rose garden garden ladies, watering flowers in parallel rows. Instead, let me sing you a song of Christina, who makes her own music wherever she goes. I'll sing you a song of Christina, Christina, of Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina at Flambards. I'll sing you no sonnets or drawing room ladies, dipping dry biscuits in unsweetened tea. Instead, I'll show you a girl who walks boldly, tough as a diamond, laughing and free. I'll sing you a song of Christina, Christina, of Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina at Flambards. Kissing the hem of your garment, however you beckon and call. She'll more likely share you red wine and rude stories in the wee small hours after the ball. I'll chant you no anthems of sweet-smelling ladies, bartering small talk at vicarage teas. Instead, I'll sing of a smiling survivor who's been through the wood and the trees. I'll sing you a song of Christina, Christina, oh Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina at Flambards. I'll sing you a song of Christina, Christina, oh Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina at Flambards. Mom.
Is this France?
Yes.
It's even more exciting than I expected. Why was the engine making those funny noises?
I think it's an oil leak somewhere.
You said don't worry.
I know. I'll worry, but there's no need for you to bother.
How long is it going to take to fix?
12 hours, perhaps. Maybe more.
12 hours? Well, where are we going to stay?
There's a hotel over there.
Have you finished?
Yes. We'll set off for Mr. Blériot's factory first thing in the morning and swap it for a decent aeroplane.
I thought you said it was a good aeroplane.
It's a contraption. But the pilot's brilliant.
I quite like writing notes. Oh, but I don't like flying across the sea.
Ah, you'll get used to it. Oh, well, we'll get used to it.
I told you about Mark coming to see me.
Yes.
He told me he wrote to your father.
Did he? There's a note for you.
Thank you.
thought you might prefer it in writing.
Here's a note for you.
Thank you. Good.
Supposing your father doesn't give his consent?
I'll keep on asking him until he does.
William,
Yes.
I know I've got it in writing, but it isn't legal and binding unless you sign it.
God, look at that.
Méchante vache! Ah non, vos vaches! You! Allez!
I will sing you a song of Christina, Christina, oh Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina, Flambards.
I've never met French cows before!
I'll sing you no ballads of rose garden ladies, watering flowers in parallel rows. Instead, let me sing you a song of Christina, who makes her own music wherever she goes. I'll sing you a song of Christina, Christina, oh Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina at Flambards. Kissing the hem of your garment, however you beckon and call. She'll more likely share you red wine and rude stories in the wee small hours after the ball. I'll chant you no anthems of sweet-smelling ladies, bartering small talk at vicarage teas. Instead, I'll sing of a smiling survivor who's been through the wood and the trees. I'll sing you a song of Christina, Christina, oh Christina. I'll sing you a song of Christina at Flambards.